So checking to see if the updates have installed properly on the computer that you were working with in the local directories. And this is across the board, master, office, mobile. C drive, program files, x86 and TraCS. You got a file there, and this is one of the files I want you guys to remember, because you're going to check this guy, and this is going to be your shortcut into rerunning things. In that program files x86 TraCS folder is a registry key name INI. And then the other path is going to be in the program data structure, and that's in a folder called TraCS client update. That folder is where these updates get downloaded to. In that folder, if the updates have processed properly, it should look like that. You should just have a logs folder. If you got any other folders in there with a whole slew of, they're big long numbers is what they are. It's a big it's a folder, but it'll have a 20 character number or something associated with it. You'll see in a second here. Delta scripts for SQL Server environment. You can check your network file share. If you're SQL Server, it would be your network file share, TraCS 10, DB data, SQL scripts. In there should be a Delta script that if it needs to be run, but hopefully now and moving forward, this guy should automatically be running. It's not a bad idea to check this file and just make sure there's nothing in there. We want it to always be nothing. Now, if there is something in there, we might have to run it, and we want to know about that. The example of that Delta script would look like that. It has a date, but you sort by date. It's probably better to do that. But all you're looking for is the delta.sql. There's other ones in there called index total, and there's 4 of them that it generates. That's the only guy we're worried about, is delta. Looks like that. There's your registry key name INI file. If your pack has installed properly and your map is installed properly and your baseline is updated, these will all be at the level you think they should be. This is off, but this is just a bad screenshot of mine. So if I thought I was installing 1903.21 and I see WePack 1903.21, we're good. Now, if nothing is there or your old pack number is there, you got a problem. Something didn't install properly. Let's do it again, and we'll show you that here in a second. Same rules apply with the map as well as baseline. Check the versions. If they're not right or they old, we got to do it again. There's your baseline, your WePack, and your map pack. Okay, so verifying that client update folder, that's what we want to see. That's a good. That's nothing in there but logs. Excuse me. If we see stuff like this, we got a problem. These could be updates that have never fully processed. And you might not know it, but then 3 months later we release a pack and this machine updates and it updates those properly, but these guys just stay there. You'll see, I've had agencies where they got 6 files here dating back 2 years and they just never properly installed. So you got to make sure it only has a logs folder, and if there is anything in there like that, get rid of it. Delete it all. You can even delete that logs folder. I don't care. Just wipe everything out. We'll put stuff back the way it needs to be when we trigger all this again.